Okay, I'm working on it. I have half an hour. Are we doing Jeff Thriller?
Zombie Jamboree.
The Fake Moustache Troupe is a collection of gender-bending performing artists that all is run completely by volunteers. We're not paid at all, and all the money goes to help non-for-profit organizations, mainly the Miscellaneous Youth Network. I grew up as a very gender-confused kid, and I had a lot of problems with the whole girl-boy thing, and then going up on stage, actually just seeing my first drag show, hiding behind all the really tall people and peeking around the corner and seeing the drag kings on stage, I was like, I gotta do this one way or the other. There used to be a queer coffee group that I met every Wednesday. I used to live out in Country Hills where there are no queer coffee groups. So went all the way out to downtown. I was 17. It was very scary because I had been used to suburbia all my life. Went over to downtown, went to the queer coffee group, which was actually run by one of the members of Fake Stash. She said, hey, there's going to be a show this Thursday, you should come down. And I was like, what the hell's a drag king? You hear all the time about drag queens in the media, and it's famous. A drag queen is like something that's very popular in mainstream culture, but you hear drag king and you're like, what the hell is that? So I went down to my first drag king show, and I begged my friend, like, one way or the other, like, what do I gotta do? What do I gotta do? And that's how I got involved.
Primarily, we started performing just because it was fun, and then it grew into this idea that there wasn't a lot of all-ages spaces for queer youth that existed in the city. And under 18, there was really no entertainment or place for kids to go. And so this non-for-profit was started by a woman named Kate Hatch, who came up with the idea, and we used the drag show to fundraise for it. So the drag show became kind of an income revenue stream for this building, small nonprofit that's now stupidly big from where it was, and now we're doing drag constantly. So as we grew, the organization grew, and we kind of funneled it that way.
Drag is a form of entertainment that's very, very, very queer oriented, and it's for queers by queers is the best way I can put it. And it's an impersonation art mostly, and so much fun.
I think it's an attitude. I think there's a chivalry that comes with being a drag king that I think is really important. There's a drive to want to tell a good story, and I think that's also a big part of being a king. Because you wanna connect with the audience instead of just having the audience fawn over you. That's great, but it's almost more fun when you can connect with them and either get them to laugh or tell them something. And so I think you have to want to have those two things. You have to have the ability to tell a good story and then pull in other aspects of yourself, and I think you have to kind of let go and be allowed to yourself to be laughed at too. So that's why it's good to do it with other people.
Yeah, it's crazy because like the most confident drag kings I know on stage are one of the shyest, like, you know, soft-spoken people off stage. And so I think a lot of being a drag king is being able to create that persona on stage that everyone really connects to and everyone believes is really real. And it doesn't matter if it's not, because everyone loves you when you're on stage, you know? So.